So the Colts have fever players out. Sophie was not there, but they give everyone jerseys. And Caitlin Clark, grew up in Iowa, is a Chiefs fan, refused to wear the Colts jersey. She just held it up like this. And she hasn't gone out and said, like, I didn't do it because I'm a Chiefs fan, but the internet was like, she's a real one.
I love it.
And it's just like...
Sophie Cunningham just dropped an interview that has the entire WNBA world buzzing. From cussing out leadership to throwing subtle shade at the league and even tossing in some unexpected praise for Caitlin Clark, she didn't hold back. Not even for a second. This wasn't some PR-approved chat or carefully worded appearance. This was Sophie being raw, unfiltered, and every bit as fiery as fans have come to expect. And depending on who you ask, she either just said what everyone's been thinking, or she stirred the pot all over again. Sophie jumped on the Show Me Something podcast back home in Missouri, coffee mug in hand, zero filters in sight. The vibe was chill, but her words were anything but. One minute she's joking about needing a vacation, and the next she's calling out the WNBA like she's got nothing left to lose. When asked if she'd been watching the WNBA finals, her answer was pure Sophie. "Hell no," she said, laughing. "I haven't watched a lick of the WNBA. I don't know what's going on. I need a cleanse." You could almost hear the host's jaw hit the floor, but Sophie didn't flinch. She said she's been booking vacations, catching her breath, and taking a much-needed break from all the chaos. But what really caught everyone's attention wasn't her burnout talk. It was what she said next about Caitlin Clark. She dove right into one of the season's most viral moments. The Colts inviting the Indiana Fever players to a game, handing out jerseys, and Caitlin Clark politely refusing to wear hers. Instead of throwing it on for a photo op, she just held it up, smiled, and kept it moving. No fake excitement, no forced loyalty. Fans went wild, calling her a real one for staying true to her roots as a lifelong Chiefs fan. And Sophie? She loved every second of it. "That was awesome," she said on the podcast. I hope Caitlin knows how cool that was. Then she laughed and added, "I'm not even surprised, that's just her." Even though Sophie wasn't there that night, she said she instantly respected Caitlin's move. She said it showed confidence and authenticity in a league that often expects players to smile, nod, and play nice. To Sophie, that moment was a reminder of why fans love Caitlin.
Watching the finals?
I guess watched, no. Hell no. I haven't watched a lick of the WNBA. I don't know what's going on. I talked to my teammates like the day that we did exit interviews and all of that, and I haven't. I need a cleanse. I'm booking vacations. Wes, we need to go on a vacation and do a podcast.
And maybe why they love Sophie too. Both are unapologetically themselves, even when it ruffles feathers. Sophie said Caitlin's refusal to wear the Colts jersey might seem small, but it was powerful. In her words, "It's incredible that she didn't do that. I hope she knows how awesome that was." And that line hit hard because Sophie knows what it's like to go against the grain. Just like Caitlin, she's no stranger to headlines. Earlier this year, she cussed out WNBA leadership and got slapped with a fine. Most players would have backpedaled after that, but not Sophie. In this interview, she doubled down. "Yeah, I said it," she told the host. "And no, I'm not taking it back." She admitted maybe she could have worded things differently, but she stood firm on her message. "When I cuss, people think I'm uneducated," she said, "but I know what I'm talking about. I just cuss." That's peak Sophie. Half apology, half mic drop. And when asked if she regretted calling out Commissioner Cathy Engelbert or the league office, she didn't even blink. "No," she said, "I meant every word. Maybe I shouldn't have cussed, but I meant it." It's the kind of blunt honesty fans rarely get in sports these days, and it's why her interviews always blow up. She's not here to play politics. She's here to keep it real. But this wasn't just Sophie being angry or rebellious. There was something deeper behind her words. When she talked about taking time off, you could sense the exhaustion. The WNBA season had been filled with chaos, injuries, and non-stop drama. Every little thing Caitlin Clark did turned into a debate online, and Sophie just wanted peace. She said she's been focusing on rest, family, and doing normal things for once. "I'm booking vacations. I'm over it. There's drama, but I'm done," she said.
I can win in Rome it. I can be I'm here. They brought I'll put this shit on. Her not doing that is so incredible. I hope she knows how awesome that was.
You said it yesterday, and I was like I'm not surprised by it. I'm not, because you know what? Everyone's always trying to get her to wear something or do something. And like, for her to be like, nah.
Before immediately pivoting to talk about fashion. Let's talk about peacoats instead. That's Sophie for you. She can go from blasting the league to joking about winter outfits in 5 seconds flat. And somehow, it works. But behind the humor, there's a layer of truth. Sophie admitted she feels like she represents players who can't say what she says. I represent a lot of people who don't say stuff, she explained. So I want to make sure I say it right. That's a rare level of self-awareness for someone who's built a reputation as a firecracker. She knows her platform has weight, and she's aware that every word carries impact, not just for her career, but for others who can't risk speaking up. And then came the part that reignited her earlier controversy. She doubled down on her belief that the people running the league don't really understand basketball. They might be good business people, she said, but they don't know basketball. That's the same line that went viral when she said it months ago, and she's clearly not backing down. It's bold, maybe even reckless, but that's why fans listen when she talks. She says what others are too afraid to. Her honesty may get her in trouble, but it also keeps her relevant. Sophie Cunningham is like that one teammate who'll fight for you, roast you, and defend you all in the same breath. She can curse out the front office 1 minute and then hype up Caitlin Clark the next, and somehow it all makes sense. The interview showed both sides of her, the competitor who's tired of fake unity and the person who just wants to breathe again. When she said she hasn't watched a lick of the WNBA since her season ended, people assumed it was shade. But if you listen closely, it's burnout. She said it's hard to watch others chase the championship dream when yours just ended.
So the Colts have fever players out. Sophie was not there, but they give everyone jerseys, and Caitlin Clark, grew up in Iowa, is a Chiefs fan, refused to wear the Colts jersey. She just held it up like this. And she hasn't gone out and said, like, I didn't do it because I'm a Chiefs fan, but the internet was like, she's a real one.
I love it.
And it's just like, it's so good. So good.
You can't watch others live your dream right after it ends, she said. You need space. That line alone hit fans hard because it's something few athletes admit publicly. She doesn't hide behind sports cliches or polished quotes. She tells it like it is. And that's why her words stick. The rest of the episode reminded everyone why Sophie's personality is so magnetic. She cracked jokes about being on ant duty at home, teased herself about baby fever, and confessed she ditched her knee brace early because, as she put it, I'm not patient. When her doctor told her she was healing faster than expected, she laughed and said, say less. Classic Sophie. Then, in the most Sophie way possible, she started talking about fashion again. This time about how she's upgrading her off-season wardrobe. She said she's tired of sweatshirts and wants to feel feminine and bougie. She's planning a trip to New York for Christmas and already bought herself a new peacoat. It was such a random pivot, but somehow it showed more of who she really is. A mix of toughness, humor, and confidence. She can talk about fines and then flip to fashion in the same breath without missing a beat. That balance between bold and human is what makes her stand out. Near the end of the podcast, the host asked if she regretted being so blunt about the league. Sophie paused for a moment, then said quietly, no, I'm proud of speaking up. Someone has to. That single sentence perfectly sums her up. Whether you love her or can't stand her, you have to respect that she doesn't hide. She's messy, she's real, and she's not pretending to be anyone else. That's why fans can't stop watching her. And it's also why this interview blew up. It wasn't about basketball stats or game highlights. It was about the mental side of being a pro athlete in a league that doesn't always listen. It was about burnout, authenticity, and the cost of speaking your mind. Through it all, Sophie never lost her charm or her sense of humor. Even when she was calling out executives, she made people laugh. And when she hyped up Caitlin Clark for refusing to wear that jersey, she wasn't just making a comment, she was recognizing something powerful. Both of them, Sophie and Caitlin, are cut from the same cloth. They push back against what's expected. They don't fake smiles for the cameras. And even when the league might wish they'd tone it down, fans can't get enough of it. So yeah, Sophie's latest interview wasn't just another soundbite, it was a statement. She called out the leadership, defended Caitlin Clark, exposed her burnout, and still found time to joke about peacoats, all in one sitting. Love her or hate her, you can't deny she makes the WNBA more interesting. And maybe that's exactly what the league needs right now, players who aren't afraid to be real. Because when Sophie Cunningham talks, people listen. Not because she's trying to be perfect, but because she never